good lifestyle management, which means that one should basically have good physical activity, regular physical activity, not just that suddenly one day I go to the gym and then the next day nothing. So regular physical activity or whatever you can do. Second is maintenance of good mental health. That is also very important. Mental health means stress should be managed. So manage your stress, and that is very, very important to manage the stress. The third is very important thing is I've already told you about how to just manage your food, balanced diet, and of course balancing everything. So the balance in life is the most important thing, which keeps the heart completely balanced. It doesn't topple any side. So that these are the three most important things I can say. And the fourth, as I already mentioned to you just now, that stay away from all these untrue, wrong social media information, which is extremely wrong.
First thing is be physically active. Most important. Indians are the most physically inactive people around in the world. So exercise. So being physically active is number one. Number two is eat healthy. By eating healthy, I would say we Indians are vegetarians, so carbohydrates rule the diet, So less carbohydrates, more proteins. Less sweets, more proteins. Okay. Number two. So that's about the diet. And third is manage your stress well. We live in a very stressful environment, so manage your stress well. So exercise, diet, and stress. These are the three most important things.
I think gratitude. Be grateful to your family, your wife, your children, that they don't trouble your life, but then healing your own body by virtue of lifestyle modification, diet, spirituality, religiousness, thinking positive, remove the negativity of your life, and good expectation from the society at large, that the society, if you help the society will also help you. So be courteous to the people around and be happy inside other than violence and abusive, less thankful to their people. That brings a lot of happiness. So I would say beyond the science, there are a lot of things which are still unknown. We have to explore those things. Exercise is good, everybody knows. But other things which do not explore is the spirituality and gratitude, your colleague, your parents and other people.
One is exercise, but exercise the natural way. Don't overdo your exercise. Second, have a good dietary pattern and avoid the fast foods and the fried stuffs and too much of sugars and cakes and pastries, and they have very high sugars, so you get a control on your diet. And third, in case you have risk factors like diabetes, hypertension, which may come through families, then beware of it. Take proper medicines or care for that. And lastly, if you have a symptom which could relate to the heart, do not ignore it. Because in heart disease, if you come to the right doctor at the right time, you will be most likely saved from that event. But yes, sometimes you don't get that time, but several times people miss it because they think it is not the heart. In fact, what I have observed, and I want to say that more than 50% of the time, if you feel it is gas, it is most likely a cardiac issue. And
thank you, Dr.
If you feel that it is some odd pain here, there, most likely it is not that.
You should remove as far as possible the processed food from your diet. And processed food, anything which contains a barcode is processed. And try to use as much as possible natural food, especially diet rich in vegetables. Proteins are okay. Red meat I would definitely avoid. So diet is number one. Then the lifestyle of how many times you eat. That's not a diet, that's a lifestyle. So if you consume many times food during the day, so you have to have those fasting periods. That is why the intermittent fasting has become very famous. Nobody loses weight by exercise, I can tell you this. You can only lose weight by diet modification. What to eat you should know. So one mantra is that you should understand what is the meaning of diet, that you have to be educated about. It is not a one answer. The person should know what is the meaning of diet and what is the social system attached to that diet. So if you're eating a diet many times that simple sugar, you're going to have a problem. That's number one. So diet and the social system attached with it. Second, of course, is to keeping the body fit. Ideal body weight. How do you achieve it? That's your problem. You want to exercise, diet, it's a mix of things. This cannot be one thing, right? So you're exercising. If you don't exercise, if you don't move this body, is going to rust itself. And that is the problem. So diet, exercise, and of course, the last one, which is very important, to have this mind quietened.
We can use it to our advantage. For example, I can, based on the AI information given to the AI, I can have my targets set up, say my weight, my blood pressure, my heart rate, my activity level, my steps walked. All this can be monitored by AI, and I can get alarms related to that, whether I'm doing a correct job, whether I'm doing excessively or not. And it can be extended to other aspects as well, whether it is diet, whether it is sleep patterns. So many other aspects also can be AI based. And of course, other important thing I felt was keeping your health data in AIs, because so many times it's very difficult to, suppose you reach a hospital, it's difficult to fish a report which was 5 years ago, but with AI, I think it can be available at a touch of a button. So I think that kind of information data related, the total health data of an individual can come through AI. And of course, these are just the beginnings. We can see number of things can happen. AI can monitor a ECG of a person throughout life continuously and give alarms based on that. There could be AI-based monitoring of your blood pressure. There could be AI-based monitoring of sodium, your potassium, and these kind of alerts are also possible if something is going wrong. But these are all a bit futuristic. As of today, I think we can use simple things and they can be of immense use for all of us.
Especially in women in India, they do multitasking, taking care of the family and also doing some jobs outside, trusting themselves to get into troubles like heart attacks and diabetes and so on. It is our responsibility at the level starting from the house, from the society and the governmental bodies to make sure that the women are healthy. There is a saying, Yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devata. That is, where women are given respect, care and concern, there the God lives. That's what they say. Women should be healthy, protected and should be cared. There, that's the place where God stays. That's what is our dictum, which I think we should always remember. So the best thing the family members can give to a woman is the time and concern in every aspect to keep her health amazing, for amazing life and healthy future generation. That's very, very important. She produces the future generation of the world. So we must all make such a way that the women are healthy everywhere.
What I strongly believe, as sir also said, that we need women to motivate each other, educate each other, support each other, inspire each other. So at the family level, women will play a central role in promoting heart health in their family by influencing good behavior, a heart healthy behavior, a supportive environment, good family meals that Dr. Vinayak mentioned, advocate for a smoke-free household, insist that the family eats together, because you'll be able to monitor your kids that what they are eating. A family that eats together stays together. We have heard that age-old adage. And build a culture of family wellness. Celebrate small successes. Your kids, your husband or your spouse might be reaching a fitness milestone. So celebrate those small successes. Secondly, apart from the family level, individual level, I would, encourage more women role models. We have so many women role models as women are coming forward in, workforce, in sports, in other government positions. The women role models, they should come forward, share their own success stories, prioritize their own heart health, because that is the single most important thing. Women will inspire each other, because we know that empowered women will take care of their hearts not only as a priority, but it's a necessity today. So both at the family level and by requesting women role models to come forward, inspire other women, we will be able to, improve the health of the women in our country. Yeah.
So, I'll use the word, very cliched word called women empowerment, which I'm pretty sure most of the men don't even know what it means. In my opinion, when you talk about India, right now, I think we seem to be talking mainly about literate, educated, professionally driven women. But the large part of India is rural women who are probably multitasking more than anybody else. And they don't even have a say. I think women empowerment basically means that when a woman keeps her health, her mental and physical health first, that is women empowerment, in my opinion, which is not selfishness. If she cannot be happy, if she cannot take care of her own health, if she cannot take her own decisions, she cannot take care of the family. Then she's being forced to be responsible for that family without being happy. And I think that's the major reason for why a lot of mental health issues arise in any case, in any society. So in our society, a woman's health means mental health first, physical health second, giving them the option to choose the way they want to live, giving them the power to choose is what I would say is the going forward way.
I think the key thing is exercise. It's important to exercise, but be moderate, be cautious, have long-term goal. As far as risk factors are concerned, smoking is definite no. Be very conscious of that you have had a heart attack. It's a second life. So live it well, do things which you could do differently. I feel today's era, apart from a lot of things, stress is something which is very, very effective. Concentrating on sleep hygiene, adding something like yoga, meditation to your regime, and not being too focused on just diet. I think that's one which will make a difference in most of these people's life.
It's important what I said is always listen to your body. It always gives you a warning signal, don't neglect it. Second is be moderate in everything. Diet, exercise, and the most important is the rest, that is the sleep. Don't neglect your sleep. And the third and most important thing is enjoy what you are doing. If you enjoy these things, I think you are not going to develop a stress, and that will not cause all diabetes, hypertension, and the heart attack. So and the relationship is most important. So look after your friends, families, how you can de-stress with them, and that will change your life.
Something we ignore is the obesity from the tummy, the abdominal obesity as we call it. Now that's a very important ignored thing, because that's a very big factor in India. That's one of the reasons why we develop a heart attack in the young, because the abdominal fat is more inflammatory and creates a problem. So all of you must exercise, and this has to start very early on. The biggest problem that's happening now, we don't have outdoors to exercise. I think we have to start moving out, and sitting is the new smoking. All of us should get it drilled into your heads. But if you sit in your office for 8 hours, you can overcome it by doing adequate exercise. So that is also there. There is an alternatives, because some fellow who's working on a computer most of the day is going to tell you that I don't have time for exercise, or he will say that I just do this, I don't exercise. You can overcome it because that's your job, but still you exercise, that is nullified. That's one very important thing that I think that we should do. In a secondary prevention, after a heart attack, leading a normal life, you must also understand the caution that you have had a heart attack, and whatever we have done is correction. It's not cure. So please remember that whatever we have done as treatment is a correction, and you are likely to get it more often. So make sure that you are leading a healthy lifestyle, like both my friends have said just now. And I think that should be a very important message.